wished. That's the baddest thing I've ever heard.
My time here without you, Misia.
Neither do I.
I was thinking about you.
Today I am super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because we have to speak about the storyline between Misia and Filomena that actually develops on the series called the Decameron. Yes, this series is 100% worth the watch because the couple actually does surprisingly have a happy ending. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you guys have watched the series, please let me know your thoughts on it because like I always say, your personal opinion does matter. So let's get right into further details. So basically, the series is a dark new comedy series that has gotten amazing feedback from the viewers. Set in the 1930s, it follows a group of 7 women and 3 young men as they retreat to an Italian villa to evade the virus that's actually going on, around the city at that time. So who is Misia and who is Filomena and how does their storyline actually comes together? So basically, Misia, she adores her boss and does everything she requires from her and would do anything to keep her boss happy. In this case, her boss is Pampiena. And this case, Misia is her servant. Yes, Misia is in this case Pampiene, service, something like that. And then we have Filomena. She is the last remaining child of a noble family who is spoiled and also has secrets of her own, especially when it comes to her servant, who actually turns out to be her half-sister that she actually knew about, but she still chose to keep her sister, who is her half-sister, as her servant. And there was also this whole situation going on with she actually abandoning, her father that was ill because of the virus. So basically, Filomena and her family got this invitation to attend a marriage that will occur in the Italian villa. So in order for them to escape everything that's going on in the city regarding the virus, so they have decided to go. But Filomena knew in order to go, she needed to leave her ill father behind and also take her half-servant, who is in this case her sister, with her to accompany her on this trip. So she figured out a plan on how to make that happen, and it actually happened. So when they were on their way to the Italian wedding, to the Italian villa, actually Filomena and her servant got into a whole argument, and her servant basically pushed her around, over the bridge, and she got very much injured. So her servant actually went to the villa and pretended to be her. Yes, and Misia, this case, in this case, Pimpia, who is in this case Misia's boss, was a person who was going to get married to the man that's in charge, or the owner, or whoever is in charge of the villa. So later on, Filomena found her way to the villa, and that's where the whole chaos begins. I'm not gonna get into a lot of details of everything that happens with each character. My main focus is to focus on Misia and Filomena. So at the beginning, you can see that Misia and Filomena, they actually didn't engage a lot. In this case, Filomena, she was worried, about getting her identity back from her half-sister and also her servant, who took her personality and is portraying to be her. On the other hand, Misia is just trying everything, to also keep the girl that she actually took without her boss knowing safe, who actually ends up passing away, and also to keep her boss happy. So at the beginning, they didn't have a lot of interaction, but they actually did, start to get close to one another because they both work in the kitchen, so that's where the conversation started. And Filomena was like, hey, you do everything for your boss, you need to learn how to be your own person. Like, she really takes advantage of you so much, and you just allow everything that she wants to get from you, and that is not okay. And of course, Misia was very against it. She didn't see things that way. She just see things like, hey, if you love someone, you will do anything for them. So there's a lot of chaos that goes on. And later on, of course, Filomena's identity was discovered, and they found out that she actually was the lady, and that her half-sister, her servant, actually took her identity. So both of them got expelled from the Italian villa. So they went through a whole situation, just, figuring their things out as well. And Misia also, her boss sent her on a mission to eliminate people, was just a whole chaos also going on. So when Filomena and, Misia, got together again, that's where the feelings of the two actually start to get together, because Filomena told, Misia, hey, you are my friend. I really can't be here without you. And Misia also told her the same thing. And then later on, Filomena was like, hey, the whole time that I was away from the villa, when I was trying to come back to the villa, the only person who I can think about is you. And of course, Misia was also on that same page emotionally. So the two actually ends up hooking up and having a very, very, very steamy moment between them, which was super, nice if you ask me. And later on from that, they just start seeing one another and spending time together. But in this case, Misia's boss was still in the picture. She was still like the evil woman. And, Filomena was just trying her best to showcase Misia that the boss is someone that is taking advantage of her and that she needs to wake up to the reality. And of course, Misia was so much in denial that she actually ends up, choosing her boss over Filomena. And of course, Filomena was very disappointed because she thought that Misia has finally woken up and seen her boss for who she really is. But I feel like that was a mission that, in this case, Misia, she needed to go on by herself to really see who her boss is. So later on at the end, where there was a whole chaos situation going on from people attacking the villa, they're trying to escape the villa. Filomena got herself in a situation with people who was attacking her, and Misia was trying to figure out her situation on how to keep her boss safe. There was just a lot going on. In the midst of that all, Misia actually understood that her boss won't make it out alive. And the only way that they could actually end this whole situation is by her boss, in this case, disappearing and getting eliminated. So that's exactly what happened. Her boss told her, hey, Misia, I never had someone who loved me as much as you, that despite everything wrong that I do, you are always there for me. And Misia, she understood at that moment that her boss was definitely taking advantage of her. She had understood it prior, but she just needed to hear it from her own mouth, And of course, her and her boss, they came into agreement for Misia to eliminate her boss in this case. So that's exactly what happened. So at the ending scene, you can actually see that Misia has done what she felt like she needed to do in order for her freedom also, and also for her boss's freedom. So when Filomena found out, that in this case Misia's boss is out of her life and that they can finally be together, there was something so cute because, Filomena embraced Misia a lot and just like, hey, I'm here, you did it, let's get out of here, let's go restart our lives together. And that's exactly what happened, because prior to that, Filomena actually asked Misia for them, after the whole virus is over, for Misia to go and live with her, because she is a lady, she has conditions, but Misia was like kind of against it because she didn't want to leave her boss. So at the final moment where they can finally, escape this whole thing that they are in and be together, was just beautiful. Even though they didn't escape alone together, they did escape as a group, but they still escape, and that's all that matters. So once again, if you guys want to go ahead and go watch all the single details, I will highly recommend you all to go to Netflix. Yes, the series is available to watch on Netflix, and it has actually one season available. I do feel like there will be a second season, hopefully. And the series is once again called the Decameron. Yes, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I've also activated the super stickers to the channel just in case any of you would like to make a small donation. Until the next video, and goodbye.